What if the real monster wasn't the creature stitched together from corpses, but the man who played God and refused to love what he created? What if the greatest horror story was actually a tragedy about a father who abandoned his son? Welcome to Depthline, where every story has depth. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein isn't a standard monster movie. It's a lifelong passion project for a director who grew up on the iconography of classic horror and who now returns to Mary Shelley's novel with lush visual imagination and deep emotional heart. Oscar Isaac plays Victor Frankenstein, brilliant and arrogant. Jacob Elordi is the creature, a being born into misery who only wants to belong. This is a tale of creator and creation, father and son, and the ruin that follows when someone dares to make life but won't accept responsibility for it. The film opens at the North Pole, 1857. A Danish naval ship, the Horisont, is trapped in ice under Captain Andersen's command. Morale is collapsing until the crew spots a wounded, half-frozen man stumbling across the pack. It's Baron Victor Frankenstein, barely alive. He is hauled aboard, and then a hulking, terrifying figure emerges from the ice, the creature. He boards the ship with devastating force and demands Victor. The crew fights and many die before Andersen finally wounds the creature and sends him plunging into the sea. Victor, gravely injured and near death, is taken to the captain's quarters. Andersen asks what kind of devil spawned such a monster. Seeing his own obsessive drive reflected in Andersen, Victor decides to tell his story as a warning. Victor's tale begins in childhood trauma. His mother dies giving birth to his younger brother William. That loss fractures him. Victor's father, a famed surgeon, treats him cruelly while lavishing affection on William. Hurt and neglected, Victor throws himself into science with a hunger that edges into mania. As an adult, he becomes a brilliant surgeon, convinced death is a technical problem science can solve. If he can master the mechanics of life, he can cure mortality. Heinrich Harlander, a wealthy arms merchant and opportunist engaged to Victor's brother's betrothed, finances Victor's research and gives him an isolated tower laboratory. They acquire bodies through grim deals with executioners and battlefield scavengers. Victor believes he finds a method, sending electrical currents through the lymphatic system to revive heart and brain, and assembles a body from the best parts of several corpses. He waits for a storm so lightning can supply the final jolt. On the night of creation, Harlander reveals he is dying of syphilis and begs Victor to use his brain in the creature. Victor refuses. Harlander, enraged, sabotages the machine. In the struggle that follows, Victor kills Harlander, reclaims the device, and powers the apparatus. Lightning surges. The stitched body convulses and opens its eyes. Victor has made life from death. Triumph collapses into horror. The creature is massive and grotesque in ways Victor never anticipated. Victor recoils with revulsion. The being he brought into life reaches for him and receives rejection. Victor locks him away, treating him as a failed experiment rather than a son. The creature, endowed with prodigious strength but the mind of a newborn, cannot understand why his creator despises him. He only knows the one who should have cared wants him gone. The creature escapes. Victor's lab explodes, erasing evidence. Alone in the wild, the creature learns the first bitter lesson. People fear what they don't understand and respond with violence. He finds shelter near a cottage where a blind old man lives with his family. Observing them, the creature sees love in simple acts, care, work, shared meals, and begins secretly helping, chopping wood, clearing paths, leaving food. When the family is away, he reveals himself to the blind man. Deprived of sight, the old man judges the creature by his deeds and words, not his face. A genuine bond forms. The blind man teaches him speech, reading, and the ideas of compassion and belonging. The creature reads Paradise Lost, identifies with Satan, another abandoned creation, and weeps. For a time he experiences kindness and the possibility of humanity. But the fragile peace collapses when villagers attack after seeing the creature covered in blood, despite his having saved the blind man from wolves. Even his good deeds are read as threats. Heartbroken and enraged, the creature confronts Victor and asks for what any child deserves: love, a place in the world. Victor refuses. The creature demands a companion. Victor, tormented by guilt and fear, begins to make one, but destroys the female form before completing her, unable to bear the consequences of another such being. That final betrayal severs the creature's remaining humanity. If Victor will not love or grant company, the creature will force acknowledgement through revenge. He methodically destroys what Victor holds dear: William, the brother who had all the affection Victor lacked; Harlander, whose death Victor already caused; and Elizabeth, taken on a wedding night that should have been joy. Each killing is both retribution and a grotesque plea for recognition. By erasing everyone Victor loves, the creature ensures Victor's world shrinks to a single focus: him. The hunt that follows becomes relentless and personal, a chase across Europe to the Arctic, in which creator and creation swap roles of hunter and hunted. Back aboard the Horizont, Victor finishes his confession. Moved and haunted, Anderson sees how obsession destroys the soul and abandons his mission to the pole. He orders a return to sea. The creature returns to the ship, but Victor pleads for the captain's life. He admits Anderson bears no responsibility for Victor's crimes. The creature insists on telling his version, to reveal that his violence stems from abandonment and cruelty, not pure malice. Hearing the creature's account, Anderson understands. The true monster, he realizes, is the man who created and then abandoned his child. In the morning light, the creature uses his incredible strength to free the ship from the ice, saving a crew that had tried to destroy him. As the vessel moves into open water, the creature stands at the bow beneath a rising sun, a single tear tracing his scarred face. He is a being who wanted only to love and be loved, forced into exile by the rejection of his maker. Del Toro's Frankenstein strips away horror cliches to reveal Shelley's moral core. This is not merely a tale of a mad scientist and a beast, but a tragedy about parental failure. Jacob Elordi's creature is a victim, capable of tenderness, driven to brutality by a world that treats him as less than human. Oscar Isaac's Victor is the real monster, a man whose pride and unwillingness to love annihilated an innocent life he created. The film asks what we owe to those we bring into the world, whether by birth or design. It probes parenthood, responsibility, and the moral duty to nurture what we make, instead of discarding it for not matching our expectations. In Del Toro's hands, the story becomes a searching meditation on suffering, redemption, and grace. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, subscribe to Depthline for weekly in-depth movie breakdowns. Every film has depth. We're here to find it. Tell us which film to explore next. And remember, the real monsters are often the ones who refuse to love. Thanks for watching. See you in the next breakdown.